Hello once again my friends and welcome to yet another PhilbertGreen painting video. As always, this isn't really a professional tutorial, but I hope it does help you if you are following along at home. Today's video focuses on the unfortunate undead doggos of Raccoon City. In the core box of Resident Evil 3, we have been given four four-legged fiends broken down into two different poses. We have the cold dog, who is not on fire, and the hot dog, who is on fire. I'll be painting these guys all at the same time, so just like my zombies video, if you are following along at home, just take your time and go at a pace that you're comfortable with. Once again, we'll be starting off by basing them all with Mechanicus Standard Grey. Again, the same as I said in my zombies video, if you're basing multiple minis at once, please make sure you are in a well ventilated area and leave them for roughly 30 minutes before you start to paint. For the next step, I painted their fur using Abaddon Black, taking care to avoid any of the exposed areas of muscle and bones. After I got their fur looking all sleek and black, I next used Mournfang Brown to paint patches on their paws and all of their bellies up to their heads to simulate brown fur. I then added a bit of brown over their cheeks as well. I tried to make the patches different sizes to add variation, as not all dogs have the same fur patterns after all. Next up, it's time for the gore. I painted all their open wounds and exposed muscle with Khorne Red, again making some patches larger or smaller for a bit of variation. It doesn't matter if this part gets too messy, as it can simulate blood or rendered flesh. I used Rakarth flesh next to paint the exposed bones of our doggo's rib cages, as well as the claws on the end of their paws, and their barred teeth. Now that our zombies' best friends are looking like the baddest of boys, I used a tiny dab of white scar for their milky undead eyes. With the cold boys now done, I actually washed all four of the minis next. The reason for this is that I did not want to get any of the shades onto the flames, as it would change the final effect of what they would look like. I used Nuln Oil to wash all of their fur and open wounds to bring out the definition and make them look dirty and infected, and Agrax Earthshade on their bones, claws and teeth to again bring out the definition and make them look even more dirty and diseased. And now for the part you've all been waiting for, the flames on our hot dogs. To achieve a fiery effect, I layered 5 colours over each other to get it looking like flame. Don't worry, I'll explain it all though as I go. I started by painting all the flames completely with white scar. Once that was dry, I next applied thinned down Yriel Yellow, starting at the top of the flames and working down, leaving some of the white exposed at the base to simulate the hottest part of the flame and the burning dog's burning fur. Starting at the top of the flames again, I applied thinned down Troll Slayer Orange next, covering less area again, leaving some of the yellow exposed. I also tried to apply it to the raised up areas of flame to leave some of the yellow deep in the recesses. Applying even less again, I used thinned down Mephiston Red to pick out the tops of the flame and the raised up areas, leaving some yellow and orange showing to get those nice fire colours coming out. With our dog's flames looking fiercely fiery, I finally added the tiniest of tiny spots of Abaddon Black to the tips of some of the licks of flame to give the impression that the fire is just burning out and turning into smoke. Now that the baddest of boys are flammably flickering fiercely with the fires of Raccoon City, it's time to base them. You guessed it, Astrogranite Technical Paint went down first, washed over with Nuln Oil and finished with a dry brush of Celestra Grey. Finally, I added a red band around the base, the same as our zombies, as these canines are definitely not on our side. The last thing I did was to add blood for the blood god over their wounds and any other areas that I wanted to look gory, like their teeth and paws. The same as the zombies, get creative and mix it up if you are following along at home. There is method in the madness to applying the blood god last, as you can apply it to the base too to look like blood spatters or even bloody paw prints. And there you have it. 4 fierce undead canines ready to prowl the streets and back alleys of the desolate Raccoon City, prepared to leap through fire just to close in on their prey. I had a lot of fun with these guys, as their exposed ribs and wounds make them a unique looking model, and painting the flames is a great way to practice not only just painting fire, but also layering up colours to create a different effect. Not only that, but they didn't take too long to paint either. Once again, thank you all for watching, I really do appreciate it, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Stay safe, survivors!